Hello, everyone. We are back. I am with Lance Shuttler. How you doing today, Lance?
Great, Kristen. Great. It's a wonderful day. Happy to be here again for another Quantum News. Sure that everyone else is excited too. How's your day going?
It's going great. Such a beautiful day. Sunny, bright, and warm. Beautiful July 2nd already. Can't believe it, but here we are.
It,
Wow.
it's it's crazy. We're literally halfway through the year.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yes, well, this show is definitely going to be entertaining for sure.
I agree. I think people are going to really enjoy it. And as Jason said on a previous show, to the crowd, pull up your chair and get your popcorn ready. And that's I think what everyone's doing right now. We've got our chairs, our popcorns ready, and there's gonna be a lot that we can discuss.
Definitely. I'm sure our audience has their chairs pulled right up. Definitely. And that being said, I'm going to let you take the lead. I know that there's a lot to go over, as well as you being a fine definition of a true divine masculine. So I'm going to let you take over and, go over whatever you would like.
Awesome. Thank you, Kristen. So, this past week, obviously, we've seen a lot of things come out, people sharing information, saying things, all of that. But the truth is that, it's actually been a great week for me and in my life personally, and also business wise, and just the many different things that I'm working on and the teams that I work with that we're working on. And, one of the things that I've been very focused on, Kristen, especially over the past couple months, but really over the past few weeks, is a prayer that I've really been, intently focused on, which is that I've been asking to see those around me who are true and real and who really see and understand and support what I'm doing and what the people around me are doing in terms of who I work with and, all the things that we're working on. And then also seeing those that are really more fake and phony and don't comprehend what is being done. So what I can tell you is that all my prayers, and especially this one, are truly being answered right now. And so this is part of why I'm so excited, because we haven't had to do anything. I haven't had to do anything, to make this happen. It's just sort of all come out on its own. And now we can see where people stand and see where people's understanding is at and comprehension on different things. And so, I really kind of want to go into that and discuss some of those things that Jason Bryan discussed and Jason Ramirez discussed about me personally and about my company, Ascent Nutrition. Honestly, Kristen, this is in some ways a waste of my time, but it is very important, I believe, for us when we are being attacked personally, or if our companies or people around us are being attacked, that we take a stand and simply shine the truth and share it. Now, obviously, everyone has different perspectives of what their truth is or the truth is. But I'm going to leave this, up for everyone to decide where they stand and what they want to proceed with and, how they interpret these things. So, obviously, again, there's been a lot that's happened and we're going to discuss it. But before I begin, I need to perform my duty, Kristen, which is to stop and correct. Okay.
Yes.
So I couldn't help but notice that Jason Ramirez was rambling about, these things called American State Nationals. Okay.
Yeah.
So to the fellow postmasters in their channel's chat, remember that it's our duty to stop and correct. So my question for some of you is, why are some of you letting this fool babble on about this nonsense bullshit on American State Nationals? You guys are aware of the truth, and some of you are not stopping and correcting. So why is that? Also, to my fellow postmasters, some comments that some of you have made about myself have also been noted. The next thing that I really want to get into is, sort of that on the American State Nationals. So this is for you, Jason Bryan. If you're taking information from Ramirez on, quote, American State Nationals, you can do whatever you want, honestly, but personally suggest that you start asking a lot of questions very, very fast. And as you start going down different rabbit holes, you'll definitely know exactly what I mean. To Ramirez, thank you for your confession of ignorance and lack of knowledge on the reality of the situation regarding American state nationals and what is really going on with the birth certificate slave system. Yes, I'm fully aware of the birth certificate slave system and other things that you are clearly not aware of regarding that. So what you've done is actually expose yourself for all of us to see that you don't know. And although the mic close up little thing was, a little awkward for really everyone watching, you rambling about fraud was actually a really glorious thing for me to see and for all of us to see. It was cringeworthy for those of us that know the truth about what's really going on with this. But honestly, it was wonderful to watch because you showed us everything that we need to see. So, Kristen, there was a lot of confidence that Ramirez was speaking with on this American State Nationals. And so, honestly, I had this idea that I just sort of kind of came up with, and I would love to see Jason Ramirez and Jason Bryan invite on Russell J. Gold onto their platform and discuss American State Nationals. And in fact, I'm publicly calling this out right now that I will donate $250 to a charity of Jason and Jason's choice. Vet it however thoroughly as you wish. It's your choice. I'll donate $250 right now if you guys have Russell J. Gold on your show and discuss American State Nationals. Okay. So, Kristen, do you think that others would like to see that? Would you like to see that?
I would love to see that, and I'm throwing another 250 in there as well.
Wow.
Unfortunately, these two boys probably can't articulate the highly intelligent Russell J. Gould, but I would love to pull up my chair and watch that with some popcorn. Yep.
Awesome. All right. So we got $500 on this right now. If they have him on and discuss American State Nationals, I don't know what they're going to do. It's up to them. Our offers, my offer stands. I know your offer stands. And, now there's a couple other things outside of that and that babble bullshit nonsense relating to American State Nationals. That's honestly a waste of our time. But I had to bring it up given how confident this was spoken about. So moving on, last week, Jason Bryan completely misrepresented me in an interaction that he and I had regarding him inviting me on his show. Okay, so unfortunately, Jason chose to leave out most of the details. And, it just really was something that was honestly sad to see, given how he was talking about it and not telling everyone what really was happening and what the conversation really was like. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is actually read off what was actually said. Okay. And Jason has this on his text messages as well. And so he can 100% confirm that these are the words. On Tuesday, May 9th, Jason Bryan wrote to me, "Hey, Lance, I wanted to reach out and see if you're open to coming on my shows on Sundays." So later that night, I responded with these exact words. "Hey, Jason, thanks for your invitation and congratulations on launching your new show and channel. I enjoyed it and appreciate the love and shout out. I love you right back, brother. Yesterday, Chris invited me to come on and co-host a news show with her on Sundays, and I told her, yes, I will help her, and accepted the offer today. I'd love to go on a show with you, though it would only feel right for me if Kristen was on there too." Okay, and a little side context, this is not in the text, but side note to this. The reason I felt and feel that is only appropriate and respectful is because Kristen invited me on her show and channel first. This was almost now a year ago, coming up on a year ago. And given just how the whole situation played out with the channel and, the things going on between Jason and Kristen, it truly just didn't feel right for me to go on Jason's show and channel without Kristen there. Okay. So that's a little of the context. And then going back now to this text, I said this: "To be clear, I love and respect each of you the same and have no sides to take with anything. I appreciate you each the same still. Also, the show isn't to replace you or anything like that. I wouldn't participate in something like that. And I certainly have no wishes or intentions of replacing you. You're my brother, and I love you for who you are, and who you are can't be replaced, nor can the connection between you and your sister. Besides, I think she may be doing other shows too, but not quite sure. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you and for your channel, and the XRP and crypto info is going to be great to watch. I'm still here cheering you on, and nothing has changed with that. Thanks again for your invite on the show, Jason. I love you, brother, and we can chat at any time if you wish. And I never heard a word back from Jason on that.
Yeah.
So, it's helpful if people have more context instead of just making assumptions based on small little tidbits that are said or seen, and things that, don't really give the full picture. So the next item that I want to address is a false and accusatory statement by Ramirez. He said, paraphrasing my words, so he was paraphrasing essentially quotes that I had said, which is, we're not here to make tons of money off these products. This is relating to Ascent Nutrition. We're not overpricing these products. And then his words, and this is a direct quote, quoting, my paraphrased quotes. He said, that is an absolute lie. Okay, so again, keep in mind, you guys, this is coming from the fool that is babbling on about this American state national nonsense. And so honestly, it's very hard to take this guy serious or now trust anything that comes out of his mouth. And for the postmasters that are in their chat, you all know exactly what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, Ramirez has not a clue what he's talking about with this, but again, thank you for giving me the chance to shine a light on this very important topic. Some of you already know this information, but having worked in the three major sides of this nutraceutical industry, which is what Ascent Nutrition is in, over the past 10 years, I can assure you that he literally doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. He doesn't have an idea what it takes to run a business at the level of volume that we're doing. And he's actually entirely clueless about how little profits we actually take home at the end of the day. So again, I didn't have to do anything. He embarrassed himself in front of all of you, showing his lack of knowledge and awareness of what is really going on. Ramirez also falsely stated that I lied to people with, again, literally not a clue what he's talking about. And yes, this was done with malice. This was done with intent. And it is defamation of me personally, as well as my company, Ascent Nutrition. Giving an opinion and then saying that is, quote, an absolute lie, referencing what I've said, was honestly quite funny to see, given just the truth of the situation. So again, you can think these delusional thoughts if you want, but we're going to all be over here in reality waiting for you to catch up with what's actually going on. And yes, you both will be served lawful papers that you are not going to enjoy receiving. You've also made it very clear you won't even comprehend what these are. And Chris and I know that for a fact. They will not comprehend what's coming. The information in there and what will be shown. But Kristen, the thing that I find most particularly interesting with this is that these two boys didn't bring up any of their questions to me. Okay, so they just assumed, judged, and then slandered me. So, my question ultimately, like for the crowd, is: do you guys think that is masculine or courageous? These people who I am connected to, phone numbers and emails, I have not heard from them asking any of these questions or concerns that they had or have, but they just jumped to conclusions and then defamed and slandered me, someone who is literally giving them so many products combined. And it's something that honestly, it's just showing true colors. And it's honestly great to see, because now I know. I don't even have to dig anymore. There's still plenty out there who we are aware of as well. But this situation has brought a lot to the light. So, kind of along those lines as well, I'm going to keep going with this.
Yeah.
Them questioning profits and products and things like that. Of course, they have the right to do that. They can do that. Anyone can. But again, why don't you just ask me? You guys know that I have only been straight and direct and honest with you. And the fact that you just jumped to conclusions and then slandered me like this, honestly, thank you for showing me. So, where it actually goes is they were questioning my morality and the business's morality, in that, they think that we're making these huge profits in the company. And again, ask me or anyone that works in our company, and you'll find a very, very different story. So what I'm going to actually do, this is a great opportunity. Again, thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to do it, because it's very important. On the topic of morality, I'm going to share with you all the why that I got into this and how I got into any of this. And this isn't just, supplements and nutrition. This is the awakening process and what is going on in our world as it relates to good versus evil. So back 15 years ago, and this, Kristen, a lot of other people do too, even listening.
Mm-hmm.
The foundation of how I got into my awakening was that I had a direct family member take their own life due to pharmaceutical use. Okay. And so from that moment, I committed to myself and to God that I would do everything I can to learn about and then help implement ways to relieve human suffering. This has literally been my North Star the entire time. And you can ask anyone around me who actually knows me, not people who just have heard things, but people who actually know me. You can ask them and they will deliver you the truth. And honestly, these two boys making this shit up, it's pathetic. And, Kristen, I know you saw this too. We saw a lot of people in the chat, so many people supporting us, each you and I individually supporting Ascent. Thank you all. The rats out there who are making a lot of judgments and mischaracterizations and honestly just dumb, stupid little comments. Thank you for showing who you are. We know who you are. We took note of a lot of these things. And we just honestly thank you guys, because what now is happening is a huge separation. We know where people are at. It's not even hard to see anymore. But I will say there are some people who may have said some things, but now that this information is coming out, you may see things differently. And we, of course, welcome you to see what is actually going on. But this is a great learning lesson for all of us, myself included. I've learned a ton from this. So I'm not trying to talk down to anyone. We know where people are at, and we can see that very clearly. So, judging someone that you literally know nothing about, and someone who's been quote unquote a friend, it's honestly disgusting, and it's like just straight trashy. And like we just simply know that is. And while we're on the topic of morality, Kristen, I want to share something also that's very important for people to know, especially people who are customers of Ascent Nutrition or who have heard of Ascent Nutrition. Over the past 3 years, we've donated over 1,000 products to people in need. And we work with a nonprofit that donates flower essences and essential oils to a women's crisis center. And these women have been abused in all of the terrible ways that you all know about, including a young girl. And these people have been transported, if you know what I mean. So questioning morality, again, it's your right to do that, but you should actually just talk to the person who's involved at the highest level and see where things are at. And if you don't trust me, maybe you should ask some people who work in the company to better understand. They can give you the direct answer too.
Yeah.
Even though that they weren't trying to create this effect, Kristen, they actually helped sales go up this past week even more. And like, this is the honest to God truth. Our sales went up. Thank you guys for helping to drive more people to our website, for help create new customers. I appreciate it. The whole team appreciates it. And you've given me a great opportunity right now to kind of share some more of this information that is at the core and the foundation of what we do. You know this, Kristen. All the people who actually know me, they know this. None of this is made up. It's all been actually being done over the past 15 years, but especially 3 years when it relates to Ascent Nutrition. So, you know, I shared some of this stuff with the team, and, you know, they were disgusted, of course, but some of them actually thought it was funny. And I thought it was funny too, given how like dumb they sounded making these statements. Like they're coming off very, very cocky and arrogant and this and that. And they literally have no idea what they're talking about. And they showed everyone on their channel and everyone on your channel, Kristen, in our show right now, what is going on. Okay.
Right.
So the next thing that I want to address is the day that Kristen's channel was taken down. Though almost no one until now has known this, Kristen actually had a firsthand in-person eyewitness there with her the entire time to confirm everything that she said. And thank God that witness was me, because I am now confirming publicly 100% what Kristen said on her video. And I can tell you guys, there's a lot more that she has not said. There's a lot of text messages she has not revealed. And there's so much more that happened on that day than anyone knows. And so, Jason Bryan, you jumped to huge conclusions. I was witnessing it the whole time, literally right there. I was appalled at what was happening. And, you know, I'm a witness to this, and I'd be 110% comfortable testifying on all of this. You know, I can confirm on that day, you know, Kristen already made her statement. If you have not seen her video from Friday, go watch it, because a lot of this will make sense if there's people out there who aren't quite following what's being said. But I can confirm 100% that Kristen was indeed being asked by Jason Bryan to make a quick decision to jump on Jason's backup channel with him. And, you know, I can tell you that Kristen ultimately wanted to go on with Jason and wanted to, you know, continue and keep doing things. But her channel literally had just been nuked hours before that. And she was getting pulled in so many different directions by multiple people. Again, firsthand eyewitness to all of it. And she was literally in no state of mind to go on and do a show promptly like that. It was within, I don't know the exact time, but it was within a couple hours that Jason wanted her to come on and do a show. Again, understandable from Jason's perspective, but you have to understand the reality and not assumptions of what was going on that day. All right. Mm-hmm. Now that you have the clarity and the truth, things can be seen a little bit differently. All right. So Jason, you got upset, very, very upset at your sister, literally for no reason, man. Literally. I saw the whole thing. And again, I'm not even sharing everything that went on. If you knew all the details, you'd be shocked at yourself at how you have responded and treated your sister and defamed and said that this is all her and she chose someone else over you. No, not at all.
No.
And everyone must also remember on that day, it was Jason Bryan who decided to go on with Ramirez and announce their new show on that channel. Okay. Kristen had already been working with Beyond Mystic for a month, and she was invited on later that day or that night to address the situation with YouTube. And so she did just that. So, you know, again, Kristen shared those things in her video. Kristen, if you want to state anything or talk about anything with that right now, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I never chose anyone over you, Jason, because I know you'll see this. And you know this because I've told you multiple times, but you refuse to believe me. You've stayed in your ego. So just setting the record straight. I went on Beyond Mystic that night to address it after seeing you with Ramirez on that show that you did that day. So exactly what we're doing is clearing the air. And to those in the chat, because there have been a few that have had some negative comments, let's keep it love and light, guys. Every person in the United States of America and all around the world, especially it's Independence Day weekend, like this week, We all have a right to stand up for ourselves and defend ourselves. We're not just going to roll over and just not say a word after being attacked. Everybody, everyone in this whole world has that right. So keep it love and light, please, out of respect for Lance and out of respect for myself. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kristen. And again, it's great to see. I mean, I'm not even looking at the comments right now, but it's great to see more truth come out and where people stand. So the last thing I want to address is some of the things that Jason Bryan said. Jason, the way that you talk to and about Kristen publicly, especially these past few days, is not masculine. There's nothing masculine about it. There's a couple things in particular that you said where you brought me into it, and you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. And that was absolutely disgusting. It's disgraceful, and it shows the level of maturity that you're at, which is honestly, you guys were talking about high school stuff. Are you kidding me? This is like elementary stuff. This is not even middle school behavior. This is elementary. So honestly, it's again, just it was appalling and disgusting, and I honestly don't have more words for it. You know, now, Kristen, I want to shift things a little bit here, and I want to thank everyone who has supported me in the comments, supported Ascent Nutrition, and the many different operations that are being worked on. This is not the only thing that I'm doing. People who watch our shows, Kristen, there's some people who know some of the things that I'm doing, but most people honestly have no idea what I'm doing. And I can tell you that Ascent Nutrition is definitely not the only thing that's been being worked on these past 12, 15 years. And I can tell you that I thank you all for the support. And I can promise everyone that they're going to be amazed to see and witness the things that are coming. Again, not just with Ascent, but other things that are being worked on. And all of this is done and is being done to help all of us, even Jason Bryan and even Jason Ramirez, who have slandered me and put me down. I go way above and beyond this trivial, menial bullshit. And how can I actually help the world? Because again, there's people who are just not quite at the levels of comprehension and understanding and practice and implementation of what a spiritual being is to be. And by no means am I on any pedestal. I have so much more work to do. I'm fully aware of that. But I also am aware of where some people also stand and where the difference is. So again, this is a side that many of you have not seen about me. I'm holding back, to be honest. There's a lot more that could be said, but it has to be done. We can't just lie down and let scumbags attack good people and slander people and make these absolutely dumbass statements. I mean, it's honestly like literally that we had people laughing that I work with at what these guys were saying, because they actually thought that they were, you know, getting us and we're going to expose all the truthers and all the disinformation and misinformation. Well, you all have seen now a little bit more of the truth of what's actually going on. So now it's up to everyone to make their decisions where they stand and continue gathering information as you wish.
Yes. Well said. Definitely. Yeah, for sure. It's been a while, a few days, for sure.
Yeah. Again, like this is honestly a waste of our time, because scumbags who are talking about like bringing people down and stuff, like it's a complete waste of my time. It's a waste of your time, Kristen, but it needed to be addressed.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm honestly not going to spend much more time on it. They will indeed be receiving papers that they are not going to enjoy, and they're not going to comprehend them based on how we've seen them respond and talk about this American State National BS. There's a lot more that's coming out. We'll just say that. And it's, you know, this topic of the whole slave system and birth certificate system. Yes, I'm fully aware. And I encourage you guys to dig much, much deeper.
Yes. Very much so. And, there is a lot of lessons in this, what's going on with not only this situation, but in your own personal lives. I'm sure you're experiencing, I've seen it in the personal readings. A lot of things are going on right now. So I thought I would go ahead and highlight, let's go over what a true divine masculine really is. It's not what was represented over there. So let's shed some light on that, and maybe we can help these two, and more people out there. We do have a special guest also. So I'm going to go over what a true divine masculine, just some, highlights. There's so many good traits of a divine masculine, but I'm going to go over a few that I have noted here just off the top of my head. We've got courage, number 1. Divine masculine demonstrates courage, bravery, willing to face challenges, especially inner challenges, doing that inner work, being still, and also not being impulsive and not jumping the gun, and definitely not what we saw those two do. That is not how a divine masculine acts. The strength physically, yes, of course, divine masculine has physical strength, but most of it is mental control, mentally controlling your thought process, processing information, thinking first before you're speaking. So intelligence must be there. Also honor, you must be very honorable towards others. And a divine masculine definitely honors women, treats women with respect as well. So they're very respectful and very spiritual because they've done their inner work. Then we have leadership. Divine masculines are very much a leader. They take the lead. They don't follow others and just copy, I guess you could say, or try to, mimic others. It's about finding who you are, and even with divine feminine too, everybody. We got to find who we are, get to know who you truly are. And that's a lot of that's half the battle. Once you learn who you truly are and how you truly feel about things, and you take the time to be still and feel things out first, that's a huge deal. And that's what makes a leader, because they know who they are and they know what they want, and they have motivation, and they're empowering to others. So they set a very good example for others so that they can be inspired to be a leader as well. They don't put down others. That's not a good representative. You're not going to teach anybody other than those at that low frequency, because then you're going to teach other low frequencies to jump your bandwagon. So that's not divine masculine. A divine masculine is a leader that empowers other leaders that see that in themselves, and then they take off and they fly. Then we've got protection. So divine masculines, true ones, are very protective. So they will protect. They provide security and support for others, but in a very loving way. It's not a confrontational way. It's very loving. It's a spiritual connection. And also, going back to respect to women, the divine masculine respects women. They get to know the woman. They don't jump into bed with women. So, there were some really negative comments from my own brother about, you can lay in your own bed alone, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to finish the rest, but very, very mean. And divine masculine would never do that. They respect women, and they're not the kind of guys that just jump into bed with any random girl. So just saying. So yeah, those two are definitely not true divine masculines, in my opinion. No. So I just wanted to do a little bit of that, because there's a lesson in everything. There's a lesson in all of this. And that's just one. The other that I can think of is about letting go. Letting someone go that you love, and let them do their own thing. If they choose to go a certain direction, you got to let them go. You got to let me do it. That's all it is. It's all good. You just got to learn from this. This is all a lesson. Life is a journey, and it's all a lesson. But yeah, so I'm excited to show you guys who we have backstage. So this is someone who definitely represents, just like Lance represents the divine masculine. So I'm going to show you another divine masculine. So I'm going to bring him in here now. Everybody, Here he is. I'm excited to show you guys who we have backstage. So this is someone who definitely represents, just like Lance represents the divine masculine. So I'm going to show you another divine masculine. So I'm going to bring him in here now. Everybody, here he is.
Hello,
I'm excited to show you guys who we have backstage. So this is someone who definitely represents, just
excuse me about that. I'm listening to you guys on my...
Gotcha. It's all good.
So yeah, let me turn off the live stream that I'm now on.
You're good. Now we hear you.
Awesome.
Am I coming through 5x5? Can you hear
Yes, yes. Great, Brad. Great seeing you.
That's weird. Very weird.
Oh.
Let me leave the studio and then I'll rejoin.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good.
On this, I'll be right back.
It's all good. It happens with that sound sometimes. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Lance?
No, everything was said that needed to be said. But again, kind of shifting the energy, I'm super excited about everything that's going on, not just in my life and the people around me. And that includes you, Kristen. I know that you've got some amazing things that are happening. So many prayers are being answered, and it's truly beautiful. And, of course, in our global world, the cabal, they're completely being taken down and dismantled. And we can see it very apparently. We're not going to talk about much of that stuff today, but it is very apparent if you're paying attention that the operation is in full swing and motion, and there's no doubt.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot happening. Let's when Brad comes back, he popped in and he left. When he comes back, we'll check on his sound. Hopefully it can work, because it'd be nice to catch up with him, and we got a lot to go over still. It's gonna be fun. 4th of July is coming, you guys. It's only in a couple days. And then I know Canada had their Independence Day just yesterday, so this is cool. It's awesome. It's high vibes, guys, for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kristen, so I'll share just a couple things geopolitically and just update people while we're waiting for Brad. So there's a big BRICS meeting, or there's a big NATO meeting happening in July here. I think it's around the 10th. And this is going to definitely be a big turning point in different ways as it relates to Ukraine and the whole situation going on there. And, the good people who are working to take down this darkness. So that's going to be a huge monumental turning point. This meeting with NATO that's taking place. BRICS are also meeting in July and again in August. We know that there's many countries who have signed up, but also are on the waiting list to get in. And that's certainly going to continue to move forward, no doubt, and help to restore the gold and silver backing our currency. And I think really setting the stage for multiple currencies and a basket of currencies that are out there that can help the world. But, there's a lot of different groups who I think have their hands in the pie with that. There's just different information out there. So we'll see the timelines and how it goes. But, day by day, we're getting there. Kristen, I know that there was one really hilarious clip of Brandon.
Yeah.
I don't have it pulled up and ready, but I'm going to tell people where to find it. So it's on Benny Johnson's Instagram page. I'm sure it's on his Twitter and Facebook and his other platforms. Benny Johnson. He's aware of what's going on, and he posts these clips. And there was a clip of Brandon being asked by reporters, "Hey, were you there with your son when you sent that when he sent that text message?" Things like that. And he kind of started smiling, and he literally put his tongue in his cheek, and I turned away and looked around. He's like, no, I wasn't there. And then they ask him. They're kind of continue to ask the same question. Basically, there's a bunch of reporters asking, and he kind of mumbles it again. No, I wasn't there. And he didn't quite get it in because they were speaking over him, the reporters were. And then someone again asked very clearly, "Were you there and did you do it?" And he literally barks back like an old senile grandpa, angry grandpa, and he said, "No, I'm not there. Or I wasn't." And I know that you saw it, I saw it, and it was hilarious. Like I watched it 15 times because of how funny it was. So
it was, yeah. You got me the first time, big time. I couldn't stop laughing.
truly, it's hilarious. So if you haven't seen it, you guys go find it. It's worth your time. Look, it's like a 15-second clip on Benny Johnson's page. So it's honestly worth taking the 30 seconds to go search it because of how funny it is. It will definitely bring light and laughter to the situation. Like you and I've talked about, Kristen, I think that this is a huge part in this awakening and in this operation, is that they've had to bring humor into this to help us process the severity of what they've done to us, but also get people to look at the whole thing and think, wow, this is all just a scam. It's all a joke.
Yep. Oh,
like, I can't even bring words out of his mouth, and he's barking like an old angry grandpa.
He was. He's a very angry grandpa.
Yeah. Hey, Brad.
There must be a delay. Why?
I'm not sure if he can hear us.
Yeah, I'll text him. I'll say, can you hear us?
Brad, can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us, Kristen.
Oh, man. Well, there he is, guys. Brad is here.
Okay.
Kristen. Hey, guys, can you get me 5x5 right now? I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear us right now? I think there's a big delay, Kristen.
I can hear you. Yep.
Okay. There's a little delay, Brad, but we'll try to make our best with it.
Yes, I can. Good.
Okay.
More cabal blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kristen, you want to ask Brad some questions?
Yeah. I want to hear about.
Yeah, there's like a 30-second delay. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we might not be able to do this too long if there's a delay, but Kristen, please go ahead and Brad, what you want.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to tell him, happy Canada Independence Day. And there he goes. And we were going to catch up with him, but I think there's maybe a lot of difficulty. So I'm going to jump a little bit ahead. Here he is again. Let's try this. How you doing, Brad? Can you hear us? There's still a delay. Aww. It's all good. We'll make the best of it. But I want to announce, since everyone's here, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. This is funny. So we're gonna do a giveaway, guys. $100 for 2 people giveaway for Ascent Nutrition. So we're gonna do that.
Hey there, yeah, I can hear you guys. Hopefully this works. It's just how it is in the life that we live these days, right?
Yes. I think there's a big delay.
Yeah.
Man, darn it. Well, I don't know. There's such a delay. Can you tell us how, what you've been up to?
Yeah, I think it's pretty delayed.
Yeah, we'll have to move ahead if you want. Do you want to announce the next thing that you had there?
Yeah. So again, with our morality being questioned on, us trying to, just make this all about money and profits with Ascent Nutrition. How ironic, actually, that we've had a sale in place. And this has, been worked on indeed for months. So this is not something that just sprung on today. We've had a sale planned. And what we're doing is offering between 10 to 20% off the products. So again, we aren't trying to squeeze anyone. And in fact, we're trying to make this even better and even cheaper for people to get, because the point is getting this medicine out to the people. But with that, we've got a sale where if you spend $100 with Ascent Nutrition, you're going to get 10% off. You spend $150 or more, you get 15% off. Or if you spend $200 or more, you get 20% off. And so this is happening through the end of July 5th. And so if you are interested, if you're already a customer, now is a great time to go get these again and reload on the products that you like at a huge discount. Or if you're a new customer, someone who has not heard of what we're doing, but you heard now what we are doing, this is a good time to try something out at a discounted price if you wish. And, you know, again, Kristen, we don't do these shows to push products. We do these shows to raise energy, spread love and light. And of course, part of the whole ascension and spiritual process is taking care of the physical vessel.
Yep.
Any great yogi, any great master is fully aware of this, and most of them have talked about it. So this is what my motivation and incentive has been, to help bridge the science and the spirituality and show the cool, amazing, beautiful things that's in nature and that has been God given to us and put on this planet for us as humans and animals to benefit from. So yes, we're very happy and proud of what we're doing and the sale that we're running and all the products that we have. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of announce that, give people a heads up that this is happening right now. And of course, Kristen, I know you've got the links in the chat, and people, the other moderators are handling that and helping too.
Yes.
But again, thank you everyone for your support of Ascent Nutrition in the past, or whether it's a new person that's coming in. We truly appreciate you. And I can tell you that we've got unbelievable things coming. And again, not just with Ascent, but many other things that are being worked on. And all of it is centered around relieving human and animal suffering. Simple as that.
Yes. Beautiful. Definitely. And, you know, I use them every day, as you all know, but I've always, you know, ever since I started, as you guys can tell, I've been a lot healthier, happier, and it's helping with my intuition. So I've always told you guys this, but there's, you know, that's what I really contribute. I feel that's what's happening. That's making me stronger with intuition and everything. That lemon algae oil is my favorite now. Definitely. And sleep. I can sleep a lot better now. So beautiful products. They're very pure and genuine. Definitely. So I am sharing the link in there, guys, in the chat. But we will be doing a giveaway as well. Mama Claw 22, shout out to her. She made a huge donation. So we're going to do $100 to 2 people. And you guys, we'll do that right before we close out the show. So stay tuned for that. But meanwhile, I am putting the link in the chat. And we're going to try Brad again. And he did come back. So hopefully there's no delay. Let's try this again. Hey, Brad, can you hear us? Is there a delay? There's still a delay. Man. Poor Brad. Huh. It's tricky sometimes, guys. Live shows, technology.
I know Brett said there was a little internet issue happening, so maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey, I just got Kristen saying, hey, Brad, it came through. So I think we're still at about a 1-minute delay, everybody. So without further ado, if you can hear me now and just let me run off, I think the most important thing is prayer. With law of encroachment that U.S. Army Bishop Jim O'Connor has shared. I'm going to do that here because this is the cabal. This is an aspect of it which are coming in. And so this is a prayer, folks, that Bishop Jim O'Connor, who is part of the underground Constantine Orthodox Church. He is a former U.S. Army major, airborne major, combat veteran, who fought the demon Cobol at West Point, and he graduated West Point. And they closed that room at West Point in 1973. That demon manifested itself right in front of Bishop Jim O'Connor, then a plebe at West Point, his roommate, a psychic, the psychic that predicted JFK's assassination, and 2 general flag officers. So this is written up. This is part of military history that a demon manifested itself. And this prayer sends demons away. And it has also been known to do spontaneous, miraculous healings, including with Colonel Chuck Sellers, who I've had very honored, had him on my show 10, 11 times now. He's the former deputy commander of Delta Force. And this prayer was used to immediately, within 24 hours, take down a cyst in his leg and allow him to walk again for the first time in nearly 19 years from a back injury, which is why he ended up retiring, because he couldn't jump with his men again. Delta Force. We're talking about divine masculine. We want to talk about the spiritual war because of the demons that have infiltrated, that have perpetrated this, real crime against yourself, Lance, Kristen, and Beyond Mystic Crew. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Very simple prayer. Before the courts of heaven, I invoke the law of encroachment. I call upon the holy angels to remove these evil creatures and to break this operation over me and my loved ones. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And with that, I know we've got a 1-minute delay here. I just want to say thank you very much to the both of you for what you have been able to do for humanity. Absolute gorgeous video, divine feminine example of standing in truth and being sovereign. And for Lance as well. And folks, this is an example of where you need to stand up for yourself and stand up for kids. Because at the end of the day, this is about all of the world moving forward. And anything that distracts you, whether it's a Titan submarine, that completely distracted the media from what? Well, Joe Biden impeachment, Sound of Freedom movie coming out. They've been trying to get this movie out for 5 years. And Hollywood and distributors, and I work in Hollywood and Hollywood North, right? Vancouver as well. TV, film, myself, producer, part of the DGC before they went woke, Directors Guild of Canada. And let's also remember, I'm former Canadian military, and I was a firefighter, jumping out of helicopters, fighting forest fires around Northern Ontario and also the Yukon. So I understand the difference between a real divine masculine man and a real divine feminine woman versus somebody who rides a fence. And as Bishop O'Connor just said, on our History of the Khazarian Mafia show 3 nights ago with Colonel Chuck Sellers, doing a history of the Khazarian Mafia, which goes back to the Bible of Adam and Eve and Satan seducing Eve and having the child with Eve, and that was Cain and all these Canaanites and all their little spawn and all their little minions that like to do things that distract you from what's really important, which is coming together as one love of humanity and stopping the perpetration of these crimes against humanity and children. And you've heard from Lance what he's been doing with Dissent and helping out those women and everybody else all together. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's up to us, each one of us, not to ride a fence, not to be distracted by these little games that Satan's minions were playing, which unfortunately now required a legal response, but they're getting it, right? That's the cosmic smackdown that's required on Satan and those manifestations of Satan. And for you, make sure you go to Sound of Freedom July 4th if you're in America. And for me, like being out of America, being a Canadian, those of us who can't, pay it forward. You can buy some tickets, or at the very least spread the message as a digital keyboard warrior. Because once this all goes down and all this information is there and all the Satan's minions are wrapped up and they are served legal notices, they are taken care of in the courts and common law, and or go to jail, or the ones that definitely have perpetrated crimes against humanity and children are going to be slaughtered and sent off the earth plane to God so that the spiritual courts of heaven can then judge their souls. So with that, guys, I think with the 1 minute delay that keeps coming in here, I'm just going to say God bless you. And thank you very much for allowing me to be back on here again. And you are doing amazing work, the both of you. Make sure, folks, you do the Ascent Nutrition sale through Kristen's links. And make sure you also follow Arcana Shores 11 on Rumble, the new Rumble channel, just in case YouTube does some funny things. Again, make sure you got that as your backup channel. And stay in love, levity, and liberty, right? That's our ethos on our show. So thank you, guys. God bless. And we can text chat like Rapido. Like nothing comes through on a video on the stream. So anyway, God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brad. God bless you too. That was amazing.
Yes, thank you so much, Brad. You're a sweetheart. We all love you here. Yes. That was, and then the prayer, we needed that prayer, guys, all of us. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yes. Definitely. So Lance, what should we do? Would you like to do the giveaway?
Yeah. So like Kristen said, you guys, there's a fellow. Thank you, Brad. Yeah, sorry, Kristen, I was a little distracted. So there's 2 gift cards that we're going to give away. So they're for $100 each. Okay, so $100 that you put forth to the Ascent Nutrition store, and we're going to give away 2 of them. So the first one, Kristen, how would you like to choose a winner?
Yeah, so I'm thinking we will do angel numbers. I'm going to think of an angel number and choose it. And then I'd like you to do so as well, since we're going to put 2 people. Yes. So,
Okay, awesome.
Yep. So, guys, if you would like to participate and try to win this $100 credit for Ascent Nutrition given by Mama Claw 22. So thank you very much for supporting and donating to the Soul Tribe here. So yeah, go ahead, put your numbers in there, and then me and Lance are going to choose the numbers that we have close to us that we want. And there you go. Here we go, guys. I got mine.
Okay, I'm still waiting for mine.
Okay.
They're getting close, but not quite yet.
It's so fun, guys. You guys are doing great.
There's a number that someone has not put in just yet.
Wow.
We'll wait until it's pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sally Whitehead.
Sally Whitehead for you. All right. I'll post that in the chat, guys. So Sally Whitehead, what was her number?
528 was the numbers. So Sally, we're going to do it a little bit different this way. So please write Ascent Nutrition in. So the email is info@goascentnutrition.com. info@goascentnutrition.com. Please let us know that you were the winner. And also, please take a screenshot verifying that that's your account, attach it to that email, and then we will work with you to give you that $100 for store credit.
Yes. Beautiful. And then the next one was Frosted 59. All the 4s, 44, 44. So you are the second winner. And then Lance, can you repeat that again? Where Frosted 59 can go as well?
Yeah. So what you're going to do is email info@goascentnutrition.com, and you can see that email on our website. Just let us know that you were the winner, and please take a screenshot verifying that that is your account so we can prove that. And then you're going to also get $100 credit for our store at Ascent Nutrition.
Yes. Perfect. Very good. This is fun.
Yes. It's amazing.
Yes. So big thank you to Mama Claw 22 who donated that to make this all possible. Also donated more. So we'll be giving away every Sunday. We'll have a giveaway. Just such a beautiful soul to do that, to donate to Ascent Nutrition and to you guys, the Soul Tribe, so that you guys can start the products and get healthy as well. So beautiful how we're all helping each other.
Yes. Thank you, Mama Claw. We know who you are. I know who you are, and thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Kristen, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
Of course, definitely. Very fun, guys. We love and appreciate all of you, and thank you guys for supporting us through the recent events and things. But we appreciate all of you, and we hear you. We see your comments. When we have the time, we do see them. So thank you all very much, and we do love you all. Are there any last messages you would like to share, Lance?
No, I think that's it. But thank you, everyone, for another awesome show. And next week, we'll be back with more of the news as it relates to the global world and what's going on geopolitically, financially, and all of the things that are happening to restore justice to this world on a large scale.
Yes, definitely. That's going to be fun. Lots is happening. There's a lot going on. And I'll see you guys in the morning, probably Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning through Friday, every morning I'll be pulling cards, and I'll start taking some questions in the chat. I might start going on a little bit earlier, like at 9:15 instead of 9:30, so that I can fit some of your questions in live. I'll pull you from the chat and we'll pull some cards for the morning. I like to start my mornings with you guys. So this Tuesday in the morning. And before I go, do remember to, if you want to book a personal reading, it's MaisonJupiter.com, or you could still go to ArcanaShores11.com as well to schedule a personal reading. So it's been really fun lately. We've been getting into the Ascension, a lot of readings about Ascension, where you are on your spiritual journey. So it's been really good and positive lately. So you guys are doing good, all of you. We're all staying strong and standing up for ourselves, and we're stronger than ever right now. This time period that we're in, we're lucky to be here. I'm very thankful, and I'm very thankful for all of you. So we'll see you very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and have a happy 4th of July. Bye, guys.